Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Tubaplyr negative AE, and today we're playing Hand of Fate. I found out that this was a roguelike game like a while ago, and I was like, oh man, should I get it? I don't know. And it had like positive reviews, but like when it's at positive, like I don't know, you shouldn't judge off of Steam reviews. And then later when the game finally comes out at early access and whatnot, after it's all done and whatnot, it has very positive reviews, and I was like, oh man, I gotta pick this up for myself. And wait till you guys freaking see this freaking intro, right? I was freaking awestruck. I'll be completely quiet, dude. This freaking intro, I was like, what? I probably just hyped it up too much, but you watch.
One more for the game. Come, sit. You have passed the 13 gates. And you come to my table to play the game of life and death. Your stake is wagered. I refuse none who come here. Yet, I say, turn back. The game begins. One lives and one dies. Let us see what you are made of. Here is the first member of my court, the Jack of Dust. 12 in all must fall before you may challenge me. Let the cards fall where they may. We begin.
So here we go. So this is a game where you're trying to defeat him, and he sends out bosses for you to fight, and it's all random, and it's super cool, and I might have the volume too loud, but I don't care because my mic is right next to my face. We're going to click on the first card and get an idea.
That first moment, that glinting weapon, the call to action, to adventure. Truly, there is nothing like it.
So you see a weapon glinting in the sunlight, lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of the canyon. So this is the kind of the tutorial, right? They're kind of walking you through what goes on. So he lays down cards from, I think, my deck, right? And my deck has like monster cards, and I can put like this stuff in here. And if I try to climb down and retrieve it, I have 3 chances of success and 1 chance of failure. So he's going to shuffle those.
Choose from these options.
So odds would say that I have a 75% chance of picking the right one. And of course, I picked the wrong one. And I'm going to do a health pain card, and it's whichever one he pulls from his random deck. But I still get the weapon. I get a sword, which isn't, I mean, it's okay.
A moment to savor. That will make you much more effective.
Here comes the maiden.
Merith. I'm not surprised to find that this encounter remains vivid in your memories.
One day in the shade you cross an elf maiden. She stops to greet you. You can ask for a longer life, more supplies, which is, I think, food. Food allows you to move spaces. Health is the amount of damage you can take. And the whole game isn't like this. So like you get this, right? And this is the first part, whatever. But then there's like a battle system. I'll show you guys in a second, because this is just the tutorial. I played a little bit of it like during off screen just to see if it would record and go well. Let's go for gold. I think gold is the best thing, because you get 3 of them.
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
15. 25. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. So, I mean, okay. So, you can now continue, and now you can move to this card and this card. So, you don't know where the exit is, and the exit is one of the cards. So, you're trying to get through the dungeon. But you also kind of want to explore every room, because what if there's a helpful card like the maiden? Or this guy.
I was never a fan of illusion or pretense.
He taps your
Here, I'll
shoulder.
make an exception.
This guy, he literally does nothing. With these two are like, you just give him stuff, and he does the same thing. So you just want to do this, and he'll give you a shield, which is super cool. So now I can press Q during combat, which you guys don't know about yet.
You can now reflect your opponent's ranged attacks using your shield. Make good use of this skill if you wish to survive.
So I mean, like, this game is it has an endless mode, so you can just play forever. So what I'm gonna try to do with this series is like, and yes, I'm gonna make this a series. It's gonna run alongside Vagante, and Cryptarch probably, because I think Cryptarch, Vagante, and then this game are gonna be my 3 games for a while. So if you guys are, I guess after Oxenfree, because Oxenfree is still going right now.
Bound once more, seeking the heart of it all.
Seeking the heart of it all. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm like, I know it's loud in my ears, so it must be loud for you guys. Take the stairs or turn back. Always take the stairs. Here we go.
You're on the final floor of our simple map. Your opponent waits here for you. Find him. If you defeat me, well, it is early to be talking about victories and losses. Let us see what you're made of.
I mean, I kind of like it this loud because it's very atmospheric, right? Like the music's not anything. Granted, I won't be able to talk, like, I don't know, during combat. I don't know. So we can either attack them or give them all the gold. So here's where the combat comes in. So this is the tutorial for the combat. So eventually you'll get these winding trail things. You see that spider? How creepy that is, dude? You can turn that off if you want, but like I just thought it was funny in the options. They give you an option to like turn the spider off, which is super funny. So you get a winding trail, 2 of dust. So what this means is I'm gonna fight on a winding trail, and there's gonna be 2 enemies. So you guys are gonna see it kind of like play out here. There you go. Winding trail. Enemies. Here's all my equipment that's spawning on top of me. Boom. And there's all my stuff. So now
you can now counter your opponent's attacks. Hit the counter button when you see the flashing indicator.
So combat is fairly easy. You just dodge roll the entire time. Now I really hope it's like good sound. Like I hope that you can hear me and everything's fine. Because I would hate to have this first episode botched. So I think what we'll do with the series, and if you guys want to see more, this will just gonna be like through the tutorial series. But draw 1 equipment. Let's see what we get. Blah blah blah.
The most fundamental symbol of might for an age.
I mean, why not?
Really? Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So I get a bunch of food from that, and then I go here, and then here's going to be the boss. So what I'll do with this, hold on. So what I'll do is I'll upload 1 battle a day. So how this game works is you pick a boss, and then you can fight that boss, and it's like that boss has his own dungeon and everything. And your whole goal is to defeat 12 of them, so you can then defeat this guy, who's the 13th. This guy sitting here across from us. And then there's an endless mode that you can just play endlessly, and there's just endless floors, and you see how far you can make it, which I think is the ultimate goal, is what we're trying to get to, because I think like that's when the game gets really interesting, is in endless mode. Greetings, wise traveler. I have much to offer you. So this is the shop.
If you were wondering why you've been collecting all that gold, you now have your answer. We're starting to get into the meat of the game now. The back and forth between resources and rewards.
So I can either sell the item, so I'm going to sell, because I can sell this. Yep, sell for $5, sure. Continue. But these 2 I have equipped, so I don't want to sell those. And you can't sell items you start with. So I have a couple things. Holy Wraps is very valuable, and since I took that gold bonus at the beginning of the game, this is why. So I have, when you draw supplies, draw 2 instead and pick 1. Supplies is food, so whenever you draw a food card. When all dragon relics are equipped, so this is like part of the armor. I don't know if you get these cards at the end. I wasn't looking. You know, if we get the cards at the end, I don't want to waste money on this. Oh, but that's so good. But it's just the tutorial level, so we can make it by without that. Let's buy this.
The key to success is specialization. The more specific the intention, the more channeled the power, and the more dramatic is the result.
And then you can buy food to be on your way. And then I think I'll just buy like a couple of these. Sure. And then I'll leave. And there we go. And so this is kind of the game, guys. So there's random events, like you can be like, it'll give you decisions, kind of like in FTL or something you would see in like a natural roguelike. And then you also have like these dungeons that are depicted as like a card game, and it's super cool. It's like super stylistic, and this guy has like the best voice. Ambush.
What did you think would happen with a card called Ambush, eh?
Draw one monster card, sure. 2 of dust. So I'm just ambushed. I don't have a choice in the matter. I have to fight. I love watching these start up. I'll probably end up skipping them eventually, but like watching them right now is super good. So I have a shield here. Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Boom, son! Get out the way. Boom. So I bought the dragon ring in hopes that it'll give me the card. So I'll explain that in a second. Alright, so this is another random chance thing. I have 1 failure and 3 successes. So I have a 75% chance of picking the right one. It's going to be random, so I'm just going to pick this one. And you gain 3 game cards. So this is a draw, which is just the same sword.
I cannot expect you to get by without some protection.
There's more food. So food just allows you to move spaces. I guess in endless mode it would be super helpful, so you can move spaces. Can I move back a space? So I guess you can move, pass it by. I guess you can move back on places. I actually didn't know that. Yeah, so each time you move, you gain a food, no matter if you visited it or not. And yeah, so this will be the boss here.
You have reached my first champion. A good man, driven to madness by a war that took all from him. Wife and child, kith and kin. From such dark and brittle iron I forge my tools. Now we see your metal. This token will unlock more cards if you can defeat this encounter.
Alright, so these tokens unlock permanent cards that are added to my deck. And so each time I play, newer cards are going to be added to my deck. So it's always going to be changing, constantly going to be changing. And then as I'm changing, he's going to change as well. So it's going to be like super crazy. And so what I'll do is I'll do like one of these bosses a game. And then I'll probably turn the sound down because the sound is really loud in my ears. And I'm just worried. And if the sound's fine, I'll keep it at this. Because it sounds like super cinematic in the head. But I don't want you guys to not hear me.
Some enemy attacks cannot be blocked or countered. Get out of the way or stop them with your own counterattack.
So this guy has unblockable attacks, or uncounterable attacks, I guess. And what you want to do is dodge roll. This is like the most damage you're taking on your Perfect. And then you go collect the card, and then you're done.
down into the worms with him. Perhaps there is peace for him in the grave, poor soul. One champion has been sent to the cabinet.
So you see how there's 12 slots in there?
At the start of our road.
And then
you will face 11 more opponents who will test your strength, your memories, and your resolve. Few fall at the first hurdle. None reach the last. We have wagered, and you have won. You may claim your rewards, yet I will also claim mine. As you improve, so do I. Balance must be retained.
Okay, so now that this guy's done speaking, Jesus Lord, we have, so these are the cards we're going to get for next round. So the next round, we could put these into our deck, and we'll encounter these in the game. Then we have these, and they're all random as far as I know. So these are all the weapon things that we're going to get. So we get Chains of Rage, Fortitude's Breath, Desperate Measures, whatever, Medium Armor, cool. And Bandit Attack. So
shall we deal
now we have all of these cards. So I think next time.
Now you understand the basics. We can begin in earnest. Your hero is returned to his beginning items. Our decks are reset. Welcome to the cabinet, home of the members of my court.
And there we go. So each time it's going to reset, each time it's going to be different, each time it's going to be random. This sounds like something I want to play. And then when we unlock Endless Mode, it's going to be crazy. And then when we select Story, the next one we have to defeat is Jack of Skulls, it looks like. So, join me next time. I mean,
Make your choices.
This is going to be a fun time. Let me check the sound, and if the sound's alright, you'll see this up on YouTube. This is Tubaplyr -AE. This is Hand of Fate, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.